Jim,
No.
Jim,
Headphones probably would do it.
Jim,
Can you hear me?
Sounds like everybody's got an echo chamber now.
Yeah.
The problem, the feedback from the speaker with my microphone.
try it now. Can everyone hear me now?
That's perfect. Good right there.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Okay.
I need to leave my microphone off and I'll just you and talk louder if I need to talk.
Okay.
I think when you and Margaret talk, you're going to have to toggle off your microphones back and forth.
Okay. Margaret, why don't I do that and see if that works? I'm going to mute myself.
How's this sound? No, it's feedback to your speaker.
It's weird.
Oh, I have 7 o'clock. Everyone hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, let's get 7 o'clock. Let's call the meeting, County Board of Commissioners, regular board meeting, October 20th, 2020. Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I said that extremely quick. That's what happens here sometimes. So, Madam Clerk, please.
Commissioner Engler,
Here.
Commissioner Joe
We got to.
Yep. I'm presenting from my home in Deerfield Township, Michigan.
Commissioner Jalzinski,
Present, participating from Chippewa Township, Isabella County, Michigan.
Vice Chair Horton,
Present, I am attending remotely from the city of Mount Pleasant in Isabella County, Michigan.
Commissioner Marino,
Present, remotely attending from my home in Mount Pleasant, Michigan, Isabella County.
Commissioner Swaney,
Here, I'm attending remotely from Mount Pleasant, Michigan.
Commissioner Hope.
Here, attending remotely from my home in Mount Pleasant, Michigan.
All present, Mr. Vice Chairman, except for Commissioner Green.
Clerk, next up, approval of the agenda. We have no presentations and special reports. We have no appointments to boards and commissions. Getting down to item number 7, consent agenda. Does any commissioners have anything they wish to add or remove? Hearing and seeing none, going down to committee reports. Finance and Administration Committee.
Finance and Administration is all set, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Moving to item B, Criminal Justice and County Affairs Committee.
Criminal Justice and County Affairs Committee is all set, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Human Resources and Public Works Committee.
Human Resources and Public Works Committee is all set, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Commissioner, item D, Intergovernmental Affairs. Anything for Intergovernmental Affairs?
Not tonight, Mr. Chairman.
We have no administrator control. Under item number 9, under unfinished business, we have no issues. New business, do we have anything to add under that?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to add 3 motions under new business that pertain to agreements with collective bargaining agreements in reference to the Seagull Waters classification study implementation.
Okay, that will be added upon motion and support. Next, general public comments, announcement, and agenda. Adjournment. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda, please?
So moved. Hope.
Second, Jalazinski.
We have a motion to support to approve the approval of the agenda. That's a roll call vote or a motion by sound?
He doesn't need to be a roll call.
That's not a roll call vote. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
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 Opposed, the same. We have an agenda. General public comments. Is there anybody, Nicole, if you're there, is there anybody on the line for general public comments?
We do have one caller into the meeting. The caller does not have their hand raised, but this is the time where they could press *9 on their telephone keypad to raise their hand to speak.
Okay.
There are no hands raised.
Okay. Hearing and seeing no hands raised, and we'll close the public comment section. There are no presentations and special reports. There are no appointments to board and commissioners. Consent agenda. Commissioner Swaney, if you would mind.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Consent agenda. Motion reads, move to approve and place on file the October 6th, 2020 regular meeting minutes, the October 13th, 2020 Finance and Administration Committee meeting minutes, the October 13th, 2020 Criminal Justice and County Affairs Committee meeting minutes, the October 13th, 2020 Human Resources and Public Works Committee meeting minutes, and the October 1st, 2020 routine personnel items.
Support.
We have a motion and support on consent agenda. Discussion? Hearing none, we'll have a roll call vote, Madam Chairman. Clerk, sorry.
Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Hope,
Yes.
Commissioner Engler.
Yes.
Number of votes cast is 6. The ayes received 6, nays received 0. Motion passed, Mr. Vice Chairman.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Moving on. Item number 8, committee reports. First up, Finance Administration Committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First up is the October 2nd, 2020 invoice list, the October 9th, 2020 invoice list, and the October 15th, 2020 adjustment list. Motion reads, move to ratify and place on file the October 2nd, 2020 invoice list in the amount of $334,932.96. The October 9th, 2020 invoice list in the amount of $338,536.26, and the adjustment list dated October 15th, 2020.
Second.
We have a motion and a support to approve the October 2nd, 2020 invoice list, the October 9th, 2020 invoice list, and 15th, 2020 adjustment list.
Yeah, we all received these in our email. We discussed them in committee. See anything too out of the ordinary. We reviewed them earlier in the work session today where I went over the front page items and those items that are over $5,000. And commissioners had a chance then to ask questions or comment. At that time, the adjustment list was a typical things we usually see, the Gordon Food Service early payment discounts and at least one invoice where sales tax was mistakenly added. And that's about it.
Any further discussion? Madam Clerk, a roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Horton,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Hope,
Yes.
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Jazinski.
Yes.
Number of votes cast is 6. The ayes received 6, nays received 0. Motion passed, Mr. Vice Chairman.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Next up.
Okay, item number 2 is the 2020 October apportionment report. Motion reads, move to approve the 2020 October apportionment report as presented by the Equalization Department.
Support.
In support for the 2020 October apportionment report. Discussion.
So Pete Preston, our contracted equalization director, kind of walked us through the report that we all received via email this afternoon. It has to do with the taxing entities and how much they're going to levy in the 2049 form that has to be filed in order for us to collect taxes. Talked a little about it kind of helps us estimate the tax revenue. Commissioner Horton asked about taxable value compared to previous years. The report didn't list that. The May report does. This report does not, but Mr. Preston offered to get us that information. He did say that residential values have increased over the summer quite a bit, but there's some question as to commercial office space, whether that will, whether there'll be maybe a oversupply of that due to everyone working from home nowadays. Was kind of conjecture, I think, rather than any solid numbers that we're seeing yet. That's basically it on that.
Any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, Madam Clerk, a roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Slaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Holt,
Yes.
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Jagodzinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton.
Yes.
Number of votes cast is 6, the ayes received 6, nays received 0. Motion passed, Mr. Vice Chairman.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Item number 3 is fiscal year 2021 Michigan State University Extension Agreement. Motion reads, move to approve the fiscal year 2021 agreement for extension services between Isabella County and Michigan State University Extension, MSUE, in the amount of $161,743 and authorize the board chair to sign the same.
Support.
We have a motion and support to approve the fiscal year 2021 MSUE agreement. Discussion.
Yeah, this is the same agreement that we've signed with the Michigan State University Extension over the last several years. It's an assessment based on population. The dollar amount is the same as last year. We do pay for one full-time secretary FTE and 1/2 FTE for the 4-H coordinator, and also a few $1,000s for the Master Gardener program that we talked about a little bit in the work session, which is done by volunteers. And the MSU Extension provides a lot of services, including all the 4-H and a lot of leadership programs and whatnot. So money well spent, in my opinion.
Any further discussion on the matter? I just like to, I just like to add that I'm in full support of the 4-H program. We've heard quotes in regards to judges stating the fact that they've never seen a 4-H person in front of them, one of the local judges here. So for every dollar spent, it's hard to quantify the improvement in our society here in town. So I'm all in favor of this. So, all right, hearing any further, not seeing anything else. Madam Clerk,
One comment.
Oh, sorry, Commissioner Jagodzinski, I did miss you on that. So
I do serve on the MSUE District, I think it's District 6 committee, and we meet pretty regular and they share their programs. And I always find it to be an eye opener for the things that they do in terms of programming for the citizens. In fact, we have our Zoom meeting tomorrow. So they do a good job. It's money well spent.
thank you. Anybody else? All right, Madam Clerk, hearing no roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Slaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Holt,
Yes.
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Jagodzinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino.
Yes.
Number of votes cast is 6, the ayes received 6, the nays received 0. Motion passed, Mr. Vice Chairman.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Okay, item number 4, resolution number 20-10-01, Public Act 152. Motion reads, move to adopt Isabella County Board of Commissioners resolution number 20-10-01 by a 2/3 vote of the Board of Commissioners to exempt Isabella County from the requirements of Public Act 152 for calendar benefit year of 2021 and authorize the board chair to sign the same.
Support.
We have a motion and support for resolution for past resolution number 20-10-01, Public Act 152. Discussion.
So the act, I think, was signed into law in about 2011. And there's a provision for local governments to opt out of the act. The act requires an employer to charges employees, make them pay at least 20% of their healthcare benefits. But like I said, there is a provision for local governments to opt out. Isabella County has done that right from the beginning. They've done it every year that I've been on the board, and it's one of the things that I feel good about doing. I'm glad that the county is fiscally in a position where we can opt out of this, where we don't have to make our employees pay 20% of the cost of their health benefits. The administrator controller talked about the fact that Isabella County provides a very good benefit package. The healthcare benefits that the county provides are very good. It's nice that the employees, although there is a cost share, it's not close to 20%. So,
Any further discussion among commissioners? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, a roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Hope,
yes.
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Swaney.
Yes.
Number of votes cast is 6. The ayes received 6, nays received 0. Motion passed, Mr. Vice Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, that completes the work of the Finance Administration Committee.
Thank you, Commissioner Hope and Commissioner Jazinski, for the stand-in service tonight. I do appreciate it. Thank you. Next up, Criminal Justice and County Affairs Committee.
We have one item on the agenda. It's the fiscal year 2021 MIDC grant contract. The motion reads, move to enter into a contract provided by the Michigan Indigent Defense Commission, the MIDC, in the total amount of $1,454,506.28, with the state grant contribution being $1,216,299.96, and the local share contribution of being $238,206.32, effective October 1st, 2020 to September 30th, 2021, and authorizes the board chairman to sign the same.
Support.
We have a motion to support for the fiscal year 2021 MIDC grant contract. Discussion.
Yes, this has to do with the Public Defender's Office. We are required by the state to meet standards. There are 4 standards that we are meeting. There will be a total of 8. The next 4 will become in compliance. This contract reflects that there's 2 positions that have yet to be filled, and we're required to do it without it. So overall, during the negotiations, everything was accepted. So it seems to be a pretty good contract. So.
Discussion. Madam Clerk, a roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Hope.
Yes.
Number of votes cast is 6, of which the ayes received 6 and the nays received 0. Motion passed, Mr. Vice Chairman.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, that completes the work of the Criminal Justice and County Affairs Committee.
Good job, gentlemen. Next up, Human Resources and Public Works Committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Our first item tonight is County Parks online reservation fee. The motion reads, move to approve the service fee of $5 for all county park online reservations effective November 1st, 2020.
Support Swaney.
We have a motion to support to approve the County Parks online reservation fee. Discussion.
Okay, thank you. Fees and charges are applied to utilize 3 of the 8 county parks for camping and general park entry. And we got this last year, COVID intervened, and we have it back this year. The fee is going to be used to defray some of the cost of the operations. Anybody have any questions or comments on that?
Here, no further discussion? Madam Clerk, a roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Hope,
Yes.
Commissioner Engler.
Yes.
Number of votes cast is 6. The ayes received 6, nays received 0. Motion passed, Mr. Vice Chair.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
All right. Item number 2, delinquent water billing roll. Motion reads, move to approve the delinquent water billing roll as submitted by the Board of Public Works, which constitutes the delinquent services charges of 6 months or more as of September 1st, 2020 for properties within Lake Isabella Forest Number 2 subdivision, Village of Lake Isabella, Township of Sherman, County of Isabella, State of Michigan, and therefore constitutes a lien on the property as provided by the County of Isabella Ordinance Number 1 of 1975 as amended.
Support.
We have a motion and support to approve the delinquent water billing roll. Discussion.
All right, we see this every year. We support or provide water to Lake Isabella, and there are a lot of plots there where people don't live in the winter and they tend to not pay their water bills until they receive a lien, which is pretty common. We only have 18 this year. I think last year I looked it up, we had 40. So there's quite a few less. But in this era of COVID, I learned today from Mr. Willoughby that we're working with people who have maybe an unstable income from COVID-19 and can't pay their bills. He did not say how that program was going to work out, but definitely working with people who are seeing those income problems from the pandemic.
Discussion. Hearing and seeing none, Madam Clerk, a roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Horton,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Hope,
Yes.
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Jazinski.
Yes.
Number of votes cast is 6. The ayes received 6, nays received 0. Motion passed, Mr. Vice Chairman.
Thank you.
Okay, our next item is the Drain Commissioner 2020 Annual Report. The motion reads, move to approve the Isabella County Drain Commissioner 2020 Annual Report as presented and file the report with the county clerk.
Support, Swaney.
We have a motion and support for the Drain Commissioner 2020 Annual Report to be presented and file the report with the county clerk. Discussion.
Okay, we had discussions with Drain Commissioner Mr. Willoughby earlier today. He mentioned there's quite a lot of work going on, especially in the northern county on some of the drains. And probably the construction is going to start in November. So making our soil good, our land good for not swampy. Any comments or questions?
Okay, hearing and seeing none, well, Madam Clerk, a roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Hope,
Yes.
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton.
Yes.
Number of votes cast is 6, of which the ayes received 6 and the nays received 0. Motion passed, Mr. Vice Chairman.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
All right, item number 4, premium pay for Commission on Aging direct care workers. Motion reads, move to approve direct care worker wage pass through documentation forms for the months of July, August, September 2020 for the $2 per hour temporary premium pay for the Commission on Aging direct care workers and authorize the board and chair to sign the same.
Support.
We have a motion and support to approve the premium pay for Commission on Aging direct care workers. Discuss.
Today, our Director of the Commission on Aging, Jennifer Crawford, explained in the work session that earlier this year, Governor Whitmer signed into law the premium pay for direct care workers funding. Gives a bonus to wages of $2 per hour for the months of July, August, and September. And so we're just here to accept those additional funds for those workers.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, a roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Hope,
Yes.
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino.
Yes.
Number of votes cast is 6. The ayes received 6, nays received 0. Motion passed, Mr. Vice Chairman.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Okay, that moves us to our last item, the MIPA Beneficiary Outreach and Assistant Purchase of Service Agreement. The motion reads, move to approve the Medicare Improvement for Patient and Providers Act, Beneficiary Outreach and Assistance Purchase of Service Agreement between Michigan Medicare Medicaid Assistance Program Incorporated and Isabella County Commission on Aging, and authorize the board chair to sign the same.
Support. Swaney.
We have a motion and support to approve the MIDA Beneficiary Outreach and Assistance Purchase of Service Agreement. Discussion.
Okay, for several years, the Commission on Aging has worked with Michigan Medicare Medicaid Assistance Program and to provide information, counseling, and assistance to help Medicare beneficiaries understand and apply for Medicare low-income subsidy for Medicare Savings Program benefits throughout outreach and counseling assistance service. It's really, really helpful. When seniors go through that whole thing in open enrollment, like now, deciding what Part B they get, that's one of the parts of this. It's very nice to have somebody to guide you through these crazy, complicated, and frustrating type of path.
Any further discussion? I echo Commissioner Moreno's statement in regards to that. I think it's people need help navigating through some of these Medicare programs and everything, and I think it's the county provides. So I'm very glad that's being done. Any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, Madam Clerk, a roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Hope,
Yes.
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Swaney.
Yes.
Number of votes cast is 6. The ayes received 6, the nays received 0. Motion passed, Mr. Vice Chairman.
Okay, that completes the work of the Human Resources and Public Works Committee.
Great job, gentlemen. Next up, Intergovernmental Affairs. We have no issues. Administrative Control, no issues. Under unfinished business, nothing. Under new business, Commissioner Hope, if I could get you to do both of these, A and B, please.
Certainly. A is request for hearing conditional rezoning. Motion reads, move to set a hearing for the November 17th, 2020 regular Board of Commissioners meeting pursuant to MLC 125.3401 with respect to the conditional rezoning request for the property located at 10297 South Wyman Road, Blanchard, Michigan, 49310.
Support.
We have a motion and support for a request for hearing conditional rezoning. Discussion. County Administrator McAvoy.
I would like to inform the board that Mr. Newport must have been watching this on YouTube, and he contacted me and said that we will be notifying the applicant as well as the interested party who has requested the hearing.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, Madam Clerk, a roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Hope.
Yes.
Number of votes cast is 6. Ayes received 6, nays received 0. Motion passed, Mr. Vice Chairman.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Okay, item B, Mr. Chairman, relates to the wage and classification study implementation that we already agreed to. We already approved, but it had to be approved by three collective bargaining agreements. And these are the motions that we have before us tonight. There's three of them. I'll start with the first one is GELC Letter of Understanding. Motion reads, move to approve the letter of understanding between the Isabella County Trial Court and Government Employees Labor Council, GELC, to implement the recommendations and Board of Commissioners approval for GELC members as it relates to the pay grade increases and pay scale adjustments, and authorize the board chair to sign the same.
Support.
We have a motion and support to approve the GELC Letter of Understanding. Any more discussion on this? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, a roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Holt,
Yes.
Commissioner Engler.
Yes.
Number of votes is 6, of which the ayes received 6, nays received 0. Motion passed, Mr. Vice Chairman.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Okay, the second motion is the 9/11 Dispatch Supervisors Unit, and the motion reads, move to ratify the letter of agreement between Isabella County Board of Commissioners and Command Officers Association of Michigan 9/11 Dispatchers Supervisors Unit to adopt the Isabella County Dispatcher Supervisor Wage Scale effective April 1st, 2020 through December 31st, 2020, and authorize the board chair to sign the same.
Support.
We have a motion and support to ratify the letter of agreement for the 911 Dispatch Supervisors Unit. Any further discussion on this? Hearing none, Clerk, a roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Horton,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Holt,
Yes.
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Jazinski.
Yes.
Number of votes cast is 6, of which the ayes received 6 and nays received 0. Motion passed, Mr. Vice Chairman.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Okay, the third and final motion is 9/11 Dispatchers Unit. Motion reads, move to ratify the letter of agreement between Isabella County Board of Commissioners and Police Officers Association of Michigan 911 Dispatchers Unit to adopt the Isabella County Dispatcher Wage Scale effective April 1st, 2020 through December 31st, 2020, and authorize the board chair to sign the same.
Support.
We have a motion and support to ratify the letter of agreement with the 911 Dispatchers Unit. Any further discussion on this? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, a roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Holt,
Yes.
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Horton.
Yes.
Number of votes cast is 6, the ayes received 6, nays received 0. Motion passed, Mr. Vice Chairman.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. That completes the work under the new business section. Moving on to general public comments. Do we have any public comment available?
Same as before, Mr. Chairman, there is one telephone caller. They do not have their hand raised. It's the same
Okay.
caller. They still don't have their hand raised.
Okay, not seeing a hand raise on this little phone screen here with the muted button. We will close general public comment and move to announcements. Any announcements? Oh, that was easy. Just go to, again, like I said, for everyone, in this time and age right now, we're living in the COVID era. Don't forget immunizations coming up. Make sure you gather your flu shots. Either see your healthcare provider or most of the pharmacies here in town can provide your flu shots. And Bella County employees are getting their flu shots next week. So again, don't hesitate to get for immunized this year. We're anticipating a lot of immunizations. The pharmacies are between now and then if we ever do get a COVID immunization, that's going to be quite a busy task. So that being said, I'd like to thank my fellow commissioners for being supportive of me this evening. It's big shoes to help out for one evening, and I'm going to welcome Chairman Green back the next meeting with open arms. So, oh, I'm sorry, Jim. Commissioner Moreno, yes.
Yeah, I just want to remind everybody to vote.
Very good idea. Yep, definitely do that. Any other commissioners? Okay, hearing no further announcements, can I get a motion to adjourn, please?
So moved.
Support.
We got a motion and support to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. We are adjourned.
Okay, take care,
Thank you,
everybody.
everyone.
You too, Jim.
Stay healthy.
Everyone take care.
Um,